Neil Innes phoned me up and said, I've got something for you to go and do if you fancy it. He said, I was working with Frank Skinner and David Badiel. He said they're doing like a soap opera. It's all about two guys who are fanatical football fans. And I can't remember who they supported. It was either West Bromwich Albion or one of those Birmingham clubs anyway. And they said that they want a drummer to go and do a scene in like a seedy nightclub. And I gave them your number, so they might get in touch. And sure enough, very shortly after that, I did get a phone call from this guy who was the producer of the programme. He said, are you free to come up and do it? I said, yeah. He said, well, come up to this hotel in Birmingham, stay the night in there, have dinner on the expenses, be ready to head off to the location about 7:30 in the morning. So I did that and went down to the reception in the morning, about 7:30. And they said, well, we'll go off to the location. Went off to the location, and it was a really seedy looking nightclub on an industrial estate. And it was a horrible place, and they had a bloke who was meant to be playing the organ, and they gave me a outfit to put on, which was a white shirt with a sticky out bow tie, and the organist had the same thing. And met Frank Skinner, who was a really nice guy, David Badiel, both Rutles fans and all that. And anyway, I did the whole thing, and then they said, well, you're done now, John, you're finished for your bit, thanks very much. Give us your name and address. And they gave me the name and address, and invoice us, and we'll send you a cheque for your trouble. You are a member of Equity, aren't you? Oh, yes, of course. Who isn't? So I went off to this changing room, which was a caravan full of all costumes, and got in there. And in there was a copy of the script, and I thought, oh, that's interesting. I was changing my shirt and looking through the script, and on the front page it had all the characters. Frank, played by Frank Skinner, a football fan. David, played by David Badiel, a football fan. And there's all these different people, and it came right down to Len, an organist. Tall, thin, getting on in age. Bloody, and it come down to Bill, drummer. That was me. Old, fat and miserable. So I phoned Neil up the next day and said, you recommended me for that job. Oh yeah, did you go and do it? Yeah. Why did you recommend me? Why did you recommend me? Oh, I don't know. You just came to me. I thought you might be glad. I was glad of something to go and do. Yeah, it was an interesting day out. I enjoyed it, and I'm going to get paid. But old, fat and miserable, that's below the belt. That is really below the belt.